For thousands of years, whenever humans spoke of profound matters, they were quoting the words of the gods. Athena, the Olympian goddess, said this, or Ra, the Egyptian sun god, said that. Such statements from sacred scriptures were regarded as eternal, unalterable, perfect. What mattered for the order of society was obedience to these pronouncements. Then a man came forward. He had a different way of talking, one that changed the world forever. His name was Zarathustra. He was one of history's earliest individuals who expressed their internal sense of self-consciousness. And because of him, I can now say my own name. I'm Brian Thomas Swim with the Human Energy Project. In our series of short films, we are investigating the way humanity is building a planetary mind. In today's film, we look at the nature of the Zarathustrian transformation in order to better understand the nature of our opportunity for a new transformation of consciousness. Zarathustra was born in present-day Iran sometime during the second millennium before the Common Era. We have little biographical knowledge of him beyond the poems he wrote, the 17 Gathas. Only 6,000 words altogether, they were enough to cause a revolution in consciousness. Instead of being yet another collection of divine utterances, Zarathustra's poems were a dialogue between himself and his supreme god, Ahura Mazda. This was a radical act. He conceived of himself as being an active participant. In the Ushtavaita Gatha, he tells of his first meeting.
I realize thou art prosperous, O wise Ahura Mazda, who asks me, who art thou? I say, I am Zarathustra.
I am Zarathustra is one of the earliest written expressions of self-consciousness. Zarathustra was aware, and he was aware of himself as being aware. Others of his era were coming into self-consciousness as well, including the priestess Enheduanna and the lawgiver Hammurabi. But it was Zarathustra who invented a process of awakening self-consciousness in others. He instructed people to examine themselves on a daily basis, to reflect upon their thoughts and their words and their actions, and to ask themselves one simple question: am I on the side of truth or falsehood? By getting people to turn their attention back upon themselves, he brought forth the form of consciousness we today call a conscience. Through his practice of introspection, humans deepened their awareness. They were no longer part of the undifferentiated assemblage of a despotic ruler, but rather active, responsible human agents. This development can be called a leap in being. Our own moment includes the possibility of a leap in being of comparable significance. 4.5 centuries of modern science have led to the discovery of the evolutionary nature of the universe. Now, when we turn our attention back on ourselves, we can come to realize we are not only moral responsible agents, we are in fact the latest development of the universe itself. Our minds emerged from 300,000 years of human consciousness. Our bodies have been assembled by 14 billion years of creativity. By reflecting on this new understanding, which is what you are doing when you engage with these videos, you become aware that the universe as a whole is an active agent. The universe as a whole is acting in the form of you. The question now concerns alignment. Are our thoughts, words, and actions aligned with the Earth's primary aim, which is to construct a planetary mind.